It's time to talk about the two 700-pound elephants in the room. I'm, of course, talking about the new black and white sets coming out. And I'm going to tell you all right now, I'm scared. This set's either going to be one of the most fun sets we've ever had or one of the worst sets in Pokemon history, just for in terms of collectability. It won't be bad for what's inside of it, but it'll be a pain in the ass to collect. So today we're going to go over the facts of the black and white set, how I hope it's going to be, and how it could be, based off of other special sets that have come out. Unfortunately, there's just a lot of stuff we don't know right now, and we won't know until more time comes out as this thing comes out, but they kind of hit us sideways with a lot of this information on black and white, because typically it happens years or several, like many months down the line that we know exactly what's in it, what's coming out, how bad the pull rates are going to be, or at least can speculate. They kind of just dropped this out of nowhere because Pokemon Company is a masochist. So let's first get into the black and white set here. So the news source I'm using here is PokeBeach. I highly recommend you guys check out PokeBeach in general. It is a great news source because they very rarely get stuff wrong. They have good sources. They talk about foreign language cards a lot. This is where I get a lot of my information for foreign language cards coming out that are like Chinese exclusives, Korean exclusives, different things like that. So we're going to be looking at what the black and white sets are going to have. Of course, the Japanese is going to be coming out first here, and this was kind of our first leaks of the black and white set. The important thing here that really scares me, just for special sets in general, is there will be 156 illustration rares or special illustration rares in the set. Every single Unova Pokemon is getting basically a full art card, which is really cool. I'm really excited for that. Black and white isn't like my all-time favorite generation, but yeah, getting full arts for every single Pokemon is really cool. These were some of the leaks we saw for the starters. All of them look really good. I don't even like the Snivy line, and I would get these cards. They're beautiful cards. Of course, it's going to be divided into two different sets for the Japanese side, and it's going to bring back jumbo packs. So if you don't know, jumbo packs right now are very popular in China. A lot of sets have been doing it in the Chinese side of things, and a lot of people have really liked the jumbo packs. Jumbo packs they've done here and there over the years. The last big jumbo packs that were a lot of fun were the Versus series way back in the day. But yeah, they're going to be coming back. It's going to have 35 cards in them and potential to get multiple hits, and also a guaranteed illustration rare. And they're also bringing back the Lion holofoil from the black and white era, which was just an okay holofoil. It wasn't anything to write home about. And then we're getting some cool promos. We also got some more reveals of a new rarity, the black and white rarity. These were the original rares that came out for the black and white set, one of the worst release sets in TCG history back in the day. That, Noble Victories, and Emerging Powers almost killed the Pokemon TCG and the collecting side of it, because there was barely anything that was runnable outside of some trainer cards, and it was just really bad. That's why, to this day, they're the cheapest complete sets you could buy, like, ever. I think it's still like $200-300 for a black and white master set. So if you want to get them, they're still cheap. I'd look into them. I mean, this card's like $40 right now. This card's maybe $50. But they're going to be black and white rares. We know of two of them. We don't know if there's going to be any more. I would love to see a Kyrium in here with a full art like this, because I really like Kyrium. But we don't know if that's going to happen or not. And getting a Victini, Charon promo, different things like that. Now, the reason why I'm scared of this set is because of the English side of it, and because it's going to be a special set. And this could either be one of the most fun sets in Pokemon to open, or one of the worst sets we've ever seen, and likely will ever see in Pokemon history. And we'll get into why that is here in a second. But these are some of the products that are releasing. Here's the Thundurus and the Tornadus. I've never really cared for the Genie promos. That's just me. The Genie Pokemon in general are just kind of weird. I didn't like them back in the day. They never really got good cards, in my opinion. I think the Tornadus Alt Art is the best version of that card. And it took a long time to get that. Here are some of the other boxes. There's going to be a lot of different promos with this. There's going to be binders. There's going to be sticker collections and different things like that. So there's going to be a lot of products with this, but this is going to be our first ever split set with Pokemon in English. We've never had this before, so we're basically getting two sets at once. And here are some of the quick facts about it. Over 170 cards in each set, 65 illustration rare cards in each set, more than 5 special illustration rares, 6 Pokemon EX, 8 ultra rare Pokemon and supporter cards, 1 illustration rare or special illustration rare card for each Unova Pokemon. That's kind of the worrisome, because if the pull rates are bad, that's going to make it very hard to collect things in general for this set. Special illustration rare supporter card, and then 3 different parallel foil sets. So standard reverses, Pokeball reverses, and Master Ball reverses, and they're actually saying this is going to be a rainbow Pokeball, so it's going to be slightly different. That means this thing is going to be over 800 cards for both sets. That's insane. This by far is going to be the largest Pokemon set we've ever had. If you're trying to complete or master set this, it's going to take you a very, very long time to get all the cards in this and chase down everything in this. It's going to be a nightmare. I'm a complete set collector, and yeah, I'm not looking forward to that just in general. But here are some more of the cards. We've seen some of these. Here's the Landorus there, and yeah, they talk about it a little bit on their podcast. Now, the reason why I think this might be one of the most fun sets we've ever had is because of sets like Crown Zenith. So what I'm doing is I'm comparing special sets to special sets here, because we don't know what the pull rates are going to be. If this set is like Crown Zenith or something like 151, this will be a fantastic special set. Very fun to open, multiple hits in each packs. You know, you're going to be able to find Master Balls and Pokeballs relatively easy. My guess is the Master Balls will be a little bit harder, just because it's a special set. Master Balls are generally a little harder in general. And yeah, if it's like Crown Zenith, you know, if you've opened up Crown Zenith, you could get like 3 hits in a pack for this set. So I'm very hopeful and very, like, wishing that it has something like Crown Zenith where it separates things like the Trainer Gallery here, or I'm sorry, the Galarian Gallery, and has all these cards as a separate thing that's also inserted into the packs. We don't know yet. If it is like that, you will have a lot of fun with this set. It'll be pretty hype in the beginning, but if it has easy pull rates, hold off on going too hard in the beginning, because a lot of cards will drop down to very, very low, just like Crown Zenith. When Crown Zenith came out, all these cards were super hyped. I mean, I remember this Latias was like a $60 card. Now it's $5. A lot of these cards dropped tremendously in price, so if it is easy to pull, hold off on it. A lot of these cards will drop, and then over time we'll have increases for the special ones, like people really like the Glaceon and the Leafeon because of all the evolution lovers and stuff like that. These cards have gone up a little bit recently, but overall it'll be a pretty cheap set. You're just gonna have to wait for a minute, because in the beginning it will be very, very hype. Now, the bad news with this, well, we don't know if it's news. This is pure speculation. If it is anything like Prismatic, we are screwed, boys and girls, and I mean royally screwed. Because as you know from Prismatic, Prismatic is the hardest set to pull anything from in Pokemon history. Plus the Master Balls, plus the Pokeballs, and if they model it on the pull rates off of Prismatic, ultra rare cards for IRs or SARs are going to be near impossible. Master Balls are also going to be near impossible. Prismatic is just a horrible set to rip. It's even hard to get some of these regular EXs. Ace-Spec trainers are hard to find. Full Art trainers are relatively easy, but then you get down here to the SARs, or SIRs, because we call them different in English, it becomes a nightmare. It becomes a nightmare real quick. This is not what I'm hoping for Black and White. If it is like that, it will be the most expensive, most time-consuming set. You will have probably dozens of cards, over $100 a piece, kind of like you have here in Prismatic. I mean, pretty much all of these SARs are at or above $100, especially the evolutions. I mean, you know, the big boy Moonbreon here, wherever the heck it is. Ah, here it is. Yeah, this thing's still like a $1,300 card. It's nasty. It's come down from its all-time highs of like $1,800, but yeah, it's going to be an expensive set. So if we have a Prismatic set style for the Black and White sets, it's just going to be a nightmare, and we're not going to have a fun time, boys and girls. So while I am super excited for this set, I think it's going to be a fun set to open if it's similar to Crown Zenith. If it is anything like Prismatic, it's going to be a hard pass for a lot of collectors out there, unless you can find stuff on store shelves and just get hyper lucky on pulling some stuff. It will be scalped to death if it is anything like Prismatic, so just be prepared for that, and be prepared to pay much more prices if you want the cards. Personally, if it's like Prismatic, I probably will skip it outside of a few random cards that I really, really want in my collection, because that's kind of how I've been treating Prismatic right now. But yeah, we'll have to see on that. I really hope it's like Crown Zenith. We won't know here for a while, but there is a golden kind of, or I guess I should say, silver lining, golden opportunity. If it is ridiculously hard, look at the Japanese, because the Japanese for Prismatic is way easier, and we'll know more about the Japanese here very, very soon. So if the Japanese is easier to collect, than the English, then I would stick with the Japanese if you really just want those cards in your collection. If you're not a Japanese collector, all right, you're going to have to bite the bullet there. But if you just want the cards and the artwork, it's probably going to be cheaper on the Japanese side and way easier to pull things in general on the Japanese side, just like Prismatic. So yeah, keep an eye out for this set. Be prepared for it. In general, it's going to be a nut house, especially until we know what the pull rates are and what kind of style set it's going to be. And of course, as they bring back black and white stuff, expect the older black and white stuff to go up. Like I tell you guys on TikTok, we've already seen that for a lot of black and white era stuff. But some stuff hasn't been touched yet. So if you want that in your collection, go ahead and take a look at it right now, because it might be one of your last moments, at least for a while, to pick up some of that stuff fairly cheap. But yeah, this is going to be a nut set. I'm really looking forward to the black and white rares. Be prepared for this set. It's going to be a nightmare. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And that's it. Peace out, you goofballs.